Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to be going over the various ways you can navigate your scene using each of these viewports in 3D Studio Max. Okay, the first technique for navigation we're going to be using is this view cube here. You can see in each one of these windows you have a little view cube, and in the top down view you can see that it's showing the top of the cube. In the perspective view you can see that it's showing these three sides of the cube and this circle. This circle around the edge, if you left click on it and drag with your mouse, you can rotate around the object like this. If you click on either of these faces, you can see how when I mouse over each of the faces of the cube it highlights the face. If you click on one of these faces it'll snap to the view. It's still in perspective, but this is the front view of your object, and you can navigate by clicking the other ones, or you can grab the cube directly anywhere and move your mouse and it will orbit around the object like this. You can also click in between the faces. This will snap to specific angles like that. Another way to navigate your scene is using these buttons down here. To orbit on your object or scene, you would click this orbit tool, and you see how the mouse changes when you're inside this yellow circle. If you're inside the yellow circle, it'll orbit like this. If you're outside of the yellow circle, it'll rotate the scene like this. It'll rotate your view camera like this. Down here we have this tool that looks like a hand. This is the pan view tool. It gives you this little black hand which you can pan your view. All of these tools work in each of these individual viewports the same way. So this tool pans your camera around your scene. This tool is the field of view tool. It narrows your field of view narrows your field of view, so you can zoom in on objects, or if you want to see more, you can zoom out. This is the zoom tool. It zooms in instead of changing the field of view. This is to do with the cameras. You can see how it warps the perspective slightly. If we ever get lost and we want to reset our view to normal, we can just press this little house here and it will reset your view to your home view. Another way of navigating your scene, and the most comfortable way or the most efficient way, is to use the keyboard shortcuts and the middle mouse button. The middle mouse button, if you hold down the middle mouse button, you'll get the little black hand appear again, and you can pan any of your viewports like this. If you can see, I'm switching between the viewports, and this yellow box around the viewport is switching to them. This yellow box indicates which viewport is currently active. So in this currently active viewport, I can hold down the middle mouse button and pan to the left, pan to the right, pan up and down. Now if I hold down Alt on the keyboard and then hold down the middle mouse button and move the mouse around, you can see that it orbits our object like this, in the same way that the orbit tool down here does, and in the same way that grabbing the cube and dragging the cube does. We can orbit around our object. These are the main ways we want to navigate around our scene. So in the pan tool over here, if you hold down the left mouse button, you get a little pop-up window. In the little pop-up window there's these footprints. If you click on that, you get this little targeting rectangle. It's kind of like a first-person shooter. So you can look around like you would in a first-person shooter, like this, and you can navigate the scene using the arrow keys on your keyboard. So if you'd like to walk around like this, you can strafe to the left, you can strafe to the right, walk backwards and walk forwards. And that's just accessed down here.